Woo.
Okay, we're live.
Oh my god, here we are. Oh my god, yo.
Yeah, I was trying to
What's
upgrade the stream a little bit and chat. Mike's already in the
y'all can
channel.
see your chat?
Hello, Mike. Also, thank you for subscribing. We really very happy.
What up, motherfucker? Thanks for the subs.
On Patreon, it wasn't on Kick, honey.
No. Mike is in the channel right now.
I know that, and
Yes.
I'm texting with him also right now. I thought he subbed on Kick. He subbed on Patreon.
Yeah, it was on Patreon. Or
Kofi.
Ko-fi.
Fuck, man. Thanks.
No, it was actually through Buzzsprout. That's where it came from.
Oh, well, see, I told you, Mike.
In
how
case
much
you
do
didn't
I
know, for anyone listening, there are 1,000 ways to support the podcast. You can
should put
throw
it
us
on
money almost
It's
anywhere,
probably closer to like 5 to 10 ways to support the podcast.
which is basically 1,000. And
look, humans specialize in targeted.
I was here.
Humans specialize in targeted hyperbole. Okay.
yes,
we have 3 consistent viewers. Like, God, if we were on Twitch, that would be like partnership. Like, not partnership. That would be not partnership. What's the step up? It's where you can actually get paid.
I've been an affiliate. It's a bit harder. You need to have like closer to 10 or 5 consistent viewers. It may say 3. If I don't know what the number is, they could have changed it since. It may seem like it's low, but then that's averaged out for all of your watch time. So like you need to motherfucking pop to get affiliate.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm enjoying
and I say motherfucking pop, and like if you have 10 viewers consistently, congrats, you'll get affiliate. But like, it's hard. That's the grind rung of Twitch is the affiliate, right? Because you're trying to produce high quality content, but you don't have the money or the time or the schedule to do it, and you're basically trying to rely on getting exposure either through like streaming networks like I was doing with Transmission Gaming and Nicotine, or like other communities like Destiny 2, or like jumping on a game that nobody else is streaming. Like fuck, what actually got me affiliate was streaming Fallout 4, because I was playing it on survival mode, and that's really tedious and hard, and people wanted to see me do that. But I'd spend a significant amount of time just like chilling out and building bases, and for some reason that really appeals to a lot of people's like, yeah, this is chill, I can vibe, I can watch somebody just like build shit and talk about it, right? So that's when I got affiliate, is when I started streaming Fallout 4 of all fucking things.
I used to watch a lot of Twitch streamers when I was doing real estate appraisals, because I would just be like working around the clock. So and I was like, there's always someone streaming, but I was very alone because like Katie was at work most of the day and I was just in the basement, and I'm just like, I feel very alone. So I'd put on a stream, and I don't know, something about like hearing another person's voice, you know, like you're just sitting there chilling with them. It was very comforting, you know, kind of feeling. So I used to listen to a lot of streams then. Now I just don't have the time. My life is kind of different now. My schedule's different.
No life. But speaking of no life, probably the most important thing, the reason why we had no life, but it's a good reason to have no life, is that Betwixt Occult Supply made their premiere yesterday at South Jersey Pagan Pride. Woot woot.
Yeah.
Sure.
First time we ever vended. Like I keep talking about all these shop products, and I say it all the time, and the only thing that's actually in the shop right now on the website is just Witches Betwixt merch, which by the way is just print on demand service in case anyone's interested. But that oh my god, how is my voice being? I don't talk this loud, and yet microphones pick me up from across the fucking universe. Like
maybe it's like
if
the
I
game
speak
without the threshold or something.
I don't know what it is, but it's like if I speak, like I literally had a microphone at Philly Pagan Pride, and I was trying to speak in an even tone, and people are like, I can't hear you even with the microphone. I'm like, I quit. I give up. But then at home, like every microphone within range of me picks me up. Anyway,
Have you? Okay, quick question.
Mm.
As a fucking practicing magician, what have you done with magic to mitigate this issue?
Nothing yet. So
not to finger wag, but like, we're magicians. Magical problems require magical solutions often enough. Not all the time, but often enough.
It has to be a magical problem at this point. Like, I think at this point I've just figured it's a magical problem because any other microphone doesn't work for me except all the ones in my house. Because basically my house is a studio.
Maybe you got too much fucking electricity in your aura or some shit.
Maybe.
Oh, there's definitely that. There's definitely that. But to answer your question, Christar, it was absolutely amazing. It was from 10 to 6. The weather was not cooperating at all, but people were still showing up, and all of our friends showed up, and it was great. We sold products. We almost sold out of certain products. It just the support from it, even the organizer of the event came over and bought 2 of our items, and every single person that was there stopped by, including Mike, and it really meant the world, and we actually like made a profit. And I won't say it on stream, but the fact that we could actually make this something real, like something, just, I know it's already real, but the fact that we could make this I'm gonna stop.
What was cool was like Rue was saying, the weather was dog shit. Like, it was not ideal. It was not a nice sunny day, you know. It was weird. Like, it started off and it was like really hot for like 30 minutes. It was sunny and hot, and then it was cold and windy and rain, and I was like, oh no. Some of our stuff did get wet, but nothing got ruined, which was good. We survived all of the wind and the rain. We did not dress appropriately. We will do that next time. But what was really cool is the thing that I always wanted to bring to the sort of pagan marketplace, I guess, or occult marketplace, is like actual spell supplies, because that's a thing that is severely lacking I notice at these events that I go to. Like, no one is selling red brick dust, eggshell powder. We had charcoal, we had skeleton keys, railroad spikes, snake shed.
So many people stopped for Snake Shed, and the fact that I got to talk to so many people about its uses, and people were just like, oh my god, this is something we've never seen before, and it was beautiful. It was wonderful.
Something that I really want to do for next time is I want to get some kind of Mike, the snake shed was really nice. Yeah, Rue's camera is turned off. Rue's camera is turned off right now.
I'm on mobile, sorry.
I was so distracted by chat. It's so it's weird having chatters. I'm like, oh my god, who is Dawn Daw? I don't know. I don't recognize that name, but I see you in the chat.
Dawn is typing.
Hello, Dawn. Do you see the chat, Sophia? Do you have a...
Nope, I'm just on Discord, baby. I am a one-device motherfucker. Hey, if it's not my PlayStation, it's my phone. Sup, slut? Shout out to Fairy.
It's Fairy.
It's fucking Fairy. Motherfucker.
Fairy is somebody I know IRL.
Oh, sweet. Well, welcome.
Yeah, she legit.
But yeah, yesterday was really eye-opening. The fact, so we made our vendor fee back plus. So we actually made, so it's not like we just broke even. Now, if you think about all of the money that I spent prepping for it, like the tablecloths that I bought and the this and the that, no, we did not turn a profit. However, I'm trying not to focus on that because those tablecloths will be reused a million times. You know what I mean? They're going to pay for themselves in a couple.
I'm asking for the deets when we're off the stream.
Yeah, I'll give you the numbers and everything. I don't want no shady bitches coming at me. I see y'all.
I mean, let's be real.
You're still not gonna get rich off magic shit, though. Like, you're not gonna.
I mean, look. Let's pretend that you can, okay? Let's say that Jason Miller is witch rich, okay? we're still in like the bottom fucking 2 percentile. Okay, 2%. We're in the top or the bottom 2% for witches who have earned money for like our shit. I'd say that the only people below us who are in the 1% are like maybe people who got like a one-time coffee kick of like $5, and then the 0% is everybody who's made no fucking money. Christ, actually, we're probably at -2 because we're in the fucking hole. We have been for years. Maybe like minus 30%. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, financially, the podcast is still supported by my day job. So
it's not a black hole, but it's not. It's
I can see the light though at the very, very tiny center of the black hole.
So what I will say is, if you're gonna throw shade for witches make money, realize we haven't even fucking made money in the net yet.
Yeah, we are definitely not profitable.
How many years we've been running for? I'm gonna do a little fucking math.
Many.
Just to make everybody feel sad. How many years?
No, we don't have to make the people feel. Probably everyone who listens to this damn podcast is also broke as fuck. Like, let's be real.
We've been going for like 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we pay on a monthly fee?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
How much is our monthly fee?
It costs me about, between all the things, it's about $60 a month to podcast and website.
You have spent $3,600 keeping this podcast going since the past 5 years.
Woot woot.
Woot woot.
All of your donations.
At least
spend that on a
At least this. Look. This is not counting keeping our internet going and having high enough internet to be able to stream. This isn't counting device usage and purchasing cameras or your fucking high quality microphone.
The good thing, though.
I need headphones. I don't even have headphones. While I'm on my phone, people. I don't have headphones.
I am gonna flex. I have Audio Technica ATH50Xs, so my headphones are pretty much like the best shit you can get.
Which were not purchased.
I do need a recording microphone eventually.
I was like, which were not purchased by Witches Betwixt. They were a personal purchase.
Nope. Witches Betwixt has never given me a single penny.
Yeah, because we don't
Those
make
stickers are the most valuable thing we've ever sent you, Sophia.
And they are right fucking here because I don't have something to stick them on yet.
And sentimental value alone.
Oh, sentimental value is the only. Sentimental value is the only value I have.
Chris was saying in the chat, they were looking at some time ago. They were in their grandma's garden shed. Thought there was a snake hanging, but it was just a giant piece of snake shed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Mike in the chat says hello, Sophia.
Up.
My grandma found in her garden years ago. Yeah, snake sheds. They are very they're very versatile thing. I just sell pieces of snake sheds. I don't sell full sheds because I don't have a whole.
Don't have them, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't have them.
It's very hard to get a whole shed
fucking difficult.
To get from a 6-foot boa constrictor.
Yeah.
And like, what are you gonna do? Pull the fucker close and be like, "Listen, shithead. I know this is like your body, but I need you to give me a clean fucking molt for once, okay?"
Right.
Never. Not happening.
My cat Whisker Charms did not really. No one seemed to be particularly interested, so that kind of makes me wonder, like, if people are interested in handmade charms, if they're not like commissioning them, like for a reason, or making them themselves.
Just hang on to those because charms are charms. Somebody who knows the value in having a cat whisker charm will pick it up.
I think they'll do better online.
Probably.
And honestly, though, like, you're not gonna get general practitioners picking up homemade spells a lot. That's generally what you have more from people, and I don't say this term derogatively because like a lot of people use it in a derogatory sense, but people who dabble more so than practice are much more likely to pick up a pre-made spell. These are people who believe in magic and believe in its efficacy but don't necessarily have the time to practice it themselves or the resources or even the belief that they can personally do it. Whatever their poison is, it's usually not an experienced practitioner who's going to be purchasing something like a gree bag. They're going to more likely purchase like ritual implements like an athame or a wand or crystals if that's what they fuck with, or really, really sellable items are disposable items that also is the most hottest market competition. We're talking like fucking incense and candles, because you burn it, it's gone, but who the fuck doesn't have candles, right?
Right.
So to try and sell shit to witches, you're either looking at either highly specified goods, like my 6 of Mars pendant, which needs to be hand pressed by somebody who actually knows what the fuck they're doing with hand weighed silver. You're not going to get that everywhere. The fact that I actually found this is ludicrous. I like, there's not many people who actually fucking do that without charging over $300 an amulet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like rarity to the difficulty to make, combined with how it's going to be used and who's going to utilize it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, somebody who's not a serious business practitioner is not going to get a motherfucking 6 of Mars pentagram. They're just a pentacle. They're just not, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to buy a green bag. They're going to like set a salt line at their door. No shade if you're doing that. I'm just stating this is typically what people who aren't super serious about the practice do. They're going to even maybe like, I don't know, just like do words of affirmation or like a vision board. All that shit's legit and it still works on the same principles, right? But if you're wanting to make money off of occult supplies, you really got to have the shit that's hard to get a hold of, right? Coyote teeth, fucking pulverized remains of a building destroyed in a uncontrolled demolition, right?
Right, like
things that
I
carry
think about
a very specific resonance.
I think about Fish's collection of stuff, that she has. Like very along like those lines, because like I have a little piece of like church stone. Honestly, a lot of people were really happy about the red brick dust that I had. I had little.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, I sold almost all of the tins that I made, and then I did also
like this.
little powder packs for people.
How much of a pain in the ass is it to grind up a fucking brick?
That's what people were saying, and it was funny. Our friend Lexa was there. She's a little older than us. She's got like about 10, 15
She's got
years?
16. Oh, she's got 16 years on me.
Yeah, so a little bit older
15
than us, and she's from Panama. So she's actually an immigrant to here. So she's actually from Panama originally. So she has a totally different cultural, background and with her magic and everything. And I really enjoy talking to her.
We're gonna have her on the podcast soon.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to have her on. And I completely lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
You were talking about red brick dust and the applications.
Red brick dust, and because everyone was like, oh, I'm so glad you have this, because making it yourself is like kind of a pain, because you gotta get a brick, and then all the bricks that I use are found bricks, and I kind of feel like that's really the way to make brick dust. I don't like the idea of like going to Home Depot and buying a brick and then.
Oh, don't buy it from Home Depot. Fuck that shit.
Or purchasing a brick. Like I'd rather like pick it up for free on Craigslist, or like something like that, or find it or whatever.
To add it to the find it, if you find like random bricks just kind of laying about, that has a very different energy resonance than say a building that's just been fucking pulverized and you're sneaking in to take this shit illegally. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will say all my bricks are just, oh hey, look, a brick. Like I just kind of find them on the.
And so like to explain to that, depending on where you lived,
there's a lot of contractors around here.
Well, we had a place called the Brickworks where they would build massive amounts of bricks, and you could find them just kind of around Toronto back in the day, I heard. And in my hometown, when brick stopped becoming a common usage for like building supplies, people just dumped them in the fucking forest. I'm not kidding. You'll be walking through the forest, and in one spot you'll find fucking volcanic rock for some reason, because my hometown is fucking insane. Don't even get me started. Yes. Seriously, it's like the most haunted fucking place on earth. I swear to fucking God. There's no volcanoes anywhere. Where the fuck's igneous rocks coming from? Just saying.
Are you allowed?
Is it an igneous?
Are you allowed to collect soil from Centralia, or anything from Centralia?
What's Centralia?
Centralia, PA. It's there was a coal mine.
What inspired Silent Hill?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's what inspired Silent Hill. There was like a coal mine. There's like something on fire underneath the ground, and it's like burning for like
underground coal mines that have enough air to allow the coal fire to continue burning and not have any reasonable way of putting it out.
Yeah, so it's still burning in Centralia, PA, and a lot of it's a hot spot for witches and or just tourists in general.
Course.
Yep.
But
I'm like, I don't know, that'd be kind of cool. Like get a couple rocks, some dirt from Centralia. You know, that's a particular vibe of that place, and you know, I feel like that might be.
See if you can look up mineral testing of Centralia to make sure that the dirt doesn't have any type of contaminants in it before harvesting it. Because if it's not illegal, you do need to make sure that certain areas like that are not contaminated shit that's going to make people sick.
Yeah, I don't want to send anyone like, you know, radioactive shit or some bullshit.
I mean, radioactive's a little harder to get your hands on with how much it's a protective material. Although that said, if you want fucking easy radioactive materials, go fucking look up like they have like weird radioactive shit online, like Google or go to YouTube sometime and punch in objects that shouldn't be radioactive or something along those lines, because like there'll be like watches that are for your wellness and stuff, and they like have an isotope in it, but they forget to mention that that's actually fucking gamma radiation. It'll give you cancer.
Right.
So shit like that.
Mike was saying
you can get
in
your
the
hands
chat.
on it.
Mike was saying in the chat that he has a glowing personality. So there you go.
Are you emitting gamma radiation when you do so?
We don't advise against emitting radiation.
No.
But yeah, so that's like essentially really what I wanted. Oh, right, the brick dust, the fucking brick dust. So it's funny. Everyone was saying this stuff is such a pain. You know, I'm really glad you have it because I don't want to be chopping up bricks myself. And I'm like, yeah, cool. I had fun making it because I have a giant sledgehammer in my basement. But
hey, smash.
yeah. But my friend Lexa was like, it's like not that hard. Like you just rub the two bricks together and the dust starts. And I'm like, you are absolutely 1000% correct. But apparently people don't want to do that. So I did it for you.
I think a lot of people, it's not just like it's not hard to do it, but they're thinking about like, oh, that's going to make a mess. Where do I do it? How much stuff do I have to do to get it together? How do I store it? How do I clean it? Like those are all factors that are reasonable to deal with as well.
They are, because like me as a teenager, you know, it'd be like, or like one product that I have is I have ashes from a ritual fire. Like that is literally what I have. They are ashes from one of the Pagan Pride sacred fires that we had running. So this was a fire that was running, a sacred ritual fire that was lit for like 6+
is it
hours.
Charcoal or ashes? Because I think I saw the
it's charcoal. It's charcoal. So it's charcoal from it. So charcoal from a ritual fire, and then I have it powdered as well. So like that's pretty significant, you know, like that's a pretty significant component to have to, you know, to some kind of magic. So those are the things that I'm trying to sell. And it was really affirming, and it feels like I have something viable. The fact that we were able to make our table feedback plus some, and the weather was terrible, and there was like there wasn't that many people there. I think that means like I'm happy in the fact that I was right. Like now is the time to have a shop for practitioners of the occult. The only thing that I wanted to do differently for next time would be like to have more informational things about the things that I have out. Because people would be walking by like, oh, I'm new in my practice and I don't really know what I need. So if I had more like signage showing like red brick dust is for this, snake shed is for this, it was, you know, people would be like, oh, I need that for that, you know? So
exactly.
But it was a very, very, very wonderful time and felt really good. So yeah, I took all product, and I took product shots this morning. So I could actually share those in the Discord because they'll be going up on the website soon.
And then they will be going on the website, and all of you wonderful people can buy them. And my bombs, everybody was loving my bombs. Mama Rue's bombs are official. I already have 2 more recipes. There's going to be a biggie bomb, and there's going to be a banishing bomb. And everybody was just loving Hail Thyself yesterday. And I have to thank my wonderful husband and my wonderful roommate, Ken Harmon, for coming and for helping me with these fantastic name ideas.
Yeah, the Hail Thyself was good. I'm pretty proud of myself for that one. You're like, it's like self-love, and I'm like, self-love is lame. Hail Thyself. It's the same shit.
Self-love is like what white people tell you to do, as they like hand wave poverty on mass scale, so they don't
love
need to feel
thyself.
bad about themselves. just love yourself. That's all you need. As like
Yeah.
they walk by starving children to get in their fucking Mercedes Benz.
Right.
Right. No. No. I'm
Mike
like,
was
hell
saying
that so.
in the chat,
Sticky
Sophia, Mike was
bitch.
saying that he loves your outfit.
Thanks. It's fucking Alice in Wonderland, bitch. Let me show it off.
Woo! Look at that. Beautiful.
Yes, and we will be
It
getting
was
more
actually
cards.
just the maid outfit, and I sure as fuck didn't want to wear the maid outfit today.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, Mike. We'll get some business cards. Absolutely.
The
I didn't have.
Vistaprint didn't come in time.
To be fair, we ordered a little late, and then we forgot the
Just
batch that we had, so we double fucked ourselves.
Double
But it's
fucked.
okay. We had like one business card that I like had posted, so people. It's just a QR code anyway. Like that's the business card, so people were able to just take a picture of it, which was good.
I even sold a stuffy. I only sold one stuffy. I really thought I was shocked. I brought going back to like streamers and stuff. I was never into streaming, but I was a big following YouTuber back in the day, and I had a box plushie, whatever the box from Markiplier, like one of his Christmas plushies in there, and not a single one of these witches was like, "Oh my God, it's a Markiplier merch for $5."
Not even the
like,
kids that were there.
Yeah, like
there's a lot of kids.
So that's also going to be going all up on the website. So everybody wants some wants some plushies. There's a cute Markiplier one. There's
Are we
like
allowed to sell Markiplier stuff, or is that like a licensing issue?
Well, it's more like a resale. Yeah,
it's a resale.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think
it's not like we're selling.
It's like selling it on eBay. Yeah.
Sure, it's just some things are not available for resale, but that's fine. I'm just asking.
If Markiplier wants to come complain, he can complain. Because I don't think...
I swear, please do. I love you still. I still watch your videos. I just don't have a use for your plushie anymore.
Yeah, I guess that's not like a typical thing you find in an occult shop is plushies, but we have an abundance of them, and I need somewhere to unload them. And so if other people want plushies, please, by all means.
You know what might be an interesting thing to add to the shop?
People weren't buying them on eBay.
What's that?
Secondhand item sales.
I was thinking about that. Particularly, it's a little difficult to do without having a physical location, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have a physical location, people can bring the things in. You know, either they could donate them, like, "Hey, I just like literally don't want these anymore," or I think there was another shop that would. There was a shop out in Bethlehem. Didn't they have like a buy sell thing for books? Like they could buy your. I can't remember. But, they had secondhand books. That's what it was. They had secondhand books. So yeah, that would be a cool thing to do, but it would be... I don't know, like, would people just, like, ship me their old shit for free? Like, do people do that? Like, to unload? Like, if I was like, hey, if you want to unload any of your shit...
I would expect somebody would want to sell something that they've made or something that's important to them, and then you'd take a commission cut, just like a consignment store would.
Right, like, yeah, just, like, buy them for, like... a little cheaper, and then yeah. That is an idea for tools. But yeah, I know secondhand occult books would be a huge thing. Because books are expensive for people. But then it's like I also know a lot of authors, and I know like an author is not going to make money off of a secondhand book. You know what I mean? But also at the same time, like, bitches are broke, you know? So that's
just trying to live out here.
I know. But yes, I mean, when I do have a physical location, I would like to have a library that people can, you know, access.
Little reading corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there we go. That's what it was. So I was looking up something so I can say what I was going to say. You know how y'all were saying your dream is to, like, what specifically with the store? End up making money?
Well, I would love to be able to not have to work the job that I have, and just I can have my shop and it supports me and my family. Like, that's
I
what
would
I'm
love
for
the shop to be so recognizable and widespread that I can go into other witchcraft shops to get shit, and they'll be like, "What the fuck?" And they'll be like, and they'll be like, "Oh shit, I know who you are," and they're like, "Yeah, I know who you are too. I've been buying from you for a while now."
Mhm. Also, the thing is with the shop too is, and also on the website, I do want to carry other people's products. Like, I don't want it to just be mine. You know, like a curated selection. You know, I'll because my friend Jim, he's got his shop, Mandragora Witchery, and I like to carry his products too. You know, like anyone else's
And a
products
lot
that.
of occult shops do that.
Mm-hmm. And like there's another vendor, like Trinity and Strange Magic. They are, but Trinity's candles are just like they're awesome. So I'd love to carry some of those, as well as the wonderful little tea lights that Katie's making with her Witchwick company, because she also had and she made a batch of candles, and they were we had them at the table, and she sold a couple of those too. So like everyone was like, it was a very like, oh shit, people want to buy our shit. That's a cool feeling when people want to buy your shit. Helps that imposter syndrome kind of go away. Yeah. I see Sophia having some difficulty there.
Pardon?
I saw you coughing. I was like, I see you having some difficulty.
I mean, I just hit my vape, and anytime you do that after not smoking for 3 days while having a cold,
that will do it to you.
Feel that.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I have been smoking for 20 years.
20 million years.
Feels like it sometimes. Oh my God. Speaking of anniversaries, I've been smoking for 20 years. Jay has been 3 years titty free.
Yeah, it's been. Katie was the one who reminded me of that this morning. I don't know.
Katie.
I don't know what Facebook memory popped up for her, but she was like, "Oh, it's been 3 years since you had top surgery," and I was like, "Oh, you're right."
I'm coming up on my 3-year anniversary. Not 3 or 8-year anniversary. I'm like,
what? You've been a train for 8 years?
I've been a
Choo,
train
choo,
for
bitch.
8 long years.
Choo, motherfucking choo.
When are we going to arrive at the station? We haven't arrived yet. We just keep driving and we don't know where we're going.
Feels like that. Oh.
But yeah, I've been a train for 8 years as of fucking March coming up this next year.
Oh, choo choo. So I'm gonna start congratulating people on their tranniversaries.
Or transiversary if saying tranniversary is too close to the slur for you.
Right, yeah. Transiversary.
I think it doesn't roll off the tongue as good as tranniversary does.
Agreed. Trainiversally. Yeah, there you go. Thomas the Tank Engine theme. Barry knows what's up.
All across the transverse, everyone has tranniversaries instead of birthdays.
This is the future liberals want.
No more cis people! No more cis people!
Oh, it's so sad. Like, that's what they really think. And I'm like,
that's what they
you're so silly.
think.
No.
I had a big realization yesterday. You want to know why trans people make cis people so fucking mad, in my opinion? Okay. So we think it's something like, they're people who don't fit the binary shouldn't exist. I ain't gonna say that they damn their program that fucking ain't no shit I can muster. But I think the real thing.
Your inner
yeah, and
Boomhauer.
you like that I said program instead of fucking pronouns. I don't know, man. Boomer talking more than this, man. Dark side, man. Come on, you fucking enunciate that much, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's
Anyways,
Boomhauer. There he is.
Also, I'm just gonna say this: growing up is thinking that Boomhauer is saying absolutely nothing as a child, and everyone just magically understands him. To like coming back to the show when you're 34 and going, "Oh my god, I can understand every word this man says." What the fuck?
I'm excited for the reboot of that series. Actually,
I didn't know it's getting rebooted.
Yeah, they're making more.
What was I gonna say? I just totally got distracted by thinking about King of the Hill now. Right. What makes cis people uncomfortable?
Yeah.
That's called cis people, okay? So people who are in a dominant position of power typically make the rules and typically make the definitions therein, right?
Right. And when people challenge
But
that,
when a marginalized group comes along and provides an alternate perspective that makes them either one have to receive a label to denote their position of birth or the way that they act or the consequences of their life, such as white or cis or hetero. Just like gay people made people mad by calling them heterosexuals, right? I ain't no fucking hetero, you like fucking. It's the same reaction, right? I think calling them cis people made them scared because it took away their societal power for a second. A marginalized group was able to come up with terminology that represented themselves and represented the greater scope of things, and then applied it to people who traditionally have institutional power and they're not used to having that levied against them. So they pushed back hella hard. Yeah, it's the fact that trans people are a little bit sensationalized by the media too, and I mean by a little bit, I mean a lot. But I do think that there is a big underlying fear at people in the main status and oh God, what's the words I'm looking for? Because it's not normal to have all that stuff. It's privileged, right? But people who are in an extremely privileged position who don't want to be aware of either their whiteness or their income or their fucking their gender. That's why they get mad about woke stuff, because they don't want to think about having more money than people. They don't want to think about how they're morally bankrupt and don't actually give a fuck about other people. They don't like having something applied to them that they're not in control of because they've always viewed themselves as the ones in control, right? I think that's what it comes down to, is this underlying fear that they're losing their ironclad grip on society, which also speaks to the whole white replacement fear, which is just like utter bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, for real, I think that they don't want to, not even that they don't want to, it's that they're not used to having their power taken away from them in making definitions like that, and they acted out in rage in response.
Yeah, and it's like if like a cis person's like, don't call me cis, I'm just a person. It's like, well, don't call me trans, I'm just a person. You know what I mean? Like, the argument really goes both ways, and that's like, I think, really all. That's the message that I have tried to deliver my entire existence. You know, it's just like I have this coworker. He's very doodly. I don't think he has any idea that I'm trans. I never told him. It never came up in conversation, so I'm not gonna bring it up. No need to. But we're just two dudes in an office talking about dude stuff. Like, we like the same music, so it's just like my mission on this planet is not to, you know, go to everyone and be like, this is the trans agenda and we're trying to change this and we're gonna do this and we're gonna label all the cis people. Like, no, this is not about like labeling and othering. It's about like, I'm a dude and I'm conversing with other dudes and I have a job and I do everything else that everyone else does, you know what I mean? And same would apply to like trans women. If you look at a trans woman and you just say woman, well, that's all we're asking for. Like, that's it. That's really all we're asking for, is for you to look at people and go, okay, you know. And if someone, you know, says they're non-binary, well, they don't owe you an androgynous look. You just go, oh, okay, they them. Very simple.
You are picking up on my mic.
I don't know how.
I guess I have to.
I'm just gonna have
because that entire.
It's gonna be
you're
an
either gonna have to
ASMR stream.
Yeah.
You know what? It might actually be a great solution to this. Not to say that spending more money is going to be the cure, but it might. Do you have audio dampening equipment hung on your walls? Because it's actually probably the reverberation effect of your echo that's causing it to pick up on the mic. So if you were to get those audio absorbing foam things and put them directly in front of you and directly behind you and directly to your side that is opposite from Rue, the majority of it will be eaten up and it should probably cut down on the reflection.
Yeah, because even like if Rue's like in the front room over there, like it would still pick up on that, which is just bizarre. Apparently, I have a
Honestly,
very
if I
powerful
ever end up
voice
in like
inside.
a house that I have like a year-long lease to, and I'm actually really happy with it, I straight up will be turning my room into a low-key recording studio and having like audio foam to the right of the wall on me, and like having like stuff behind me so it actually looks nice, because I don't like doing that weird background. It doesn't look good when my phone does it. So yeah, I kind of want to make a recording space in a long-term house, right? And audio foam and audio dampening equipment is a really key part in that.
Yeah, I don't want to invest too much in that stuff and putting it up, because I know that we're just on borrowed time here at this particular house, because I know that my dad wants us to leave.
Can we give you an even cheaper solution than audio foam?
Mm.
Hang some blankets like a poor person.
Right, like thick quilts that would dampen the noise too. Yeah, if I hung
Even
like a quilt in just
even like
the
a knitted
threshold.
Afghan that you hung on like multiple nails so you weren't stressing it out, that'd be great. Just something so it's not reverberating off of hard surfaces, because that's what causes acoustics to echo really hard.
Yeah. Something to think about. Something to invest in. Or I could just talk really
Or plan for in your next place.
Yeah, I mean, our next place, I know it's going to be a house for sure, but it's also going to be / an occult shop / an office and a
Also,
recording studio.
You ever get like random euphoria moments with your body as you age and actually like do things to it that you like? I like saw my arm for a second in the thing. I was like, man, it looks fucking cool that like I got a big tattoo on my arm, and like I actually really do want to have like the full tatted up arms and all that shit, because I fucking love how it looks. And like, tattoos are weird, but they're
I
not for everybody.
do. Well, actually, our magical recharge balm is perfect for tattoos. It was actually inspired.
Hey.
Yeah, it was inspired from when we were on. It was Fish and Scott. It was in the same episode. Might have even been the Wards episode, if I'm remembering correctly. But Scott was talking about having like a magical balm to like recharge a magical tattoo. So that's what our magical recharge balm could be used for. But yeah, a lot of people were into that yesterday. But yeah, that just made me think of a little product placement there. No shame.
Let me just drop that.
Buy our shit.
That was literally like my running thought yesterday at South Jersey. Like I set everything up and I was like, all right, buy my shit. Everybody buy my shit.
Everybody buy my shit.
Oh, those egg foam mattresses. That's a good idea, Mike. And those egg crate foam things. That would be probably a good sound dampening thing too. Oh, the shop was called
chairs.
Oh.
Maybe
no, Chris was talking about an occult shop that had like a secondhand book. Like you could borrow secondhand books and like take them home and stuff.
Hey, figured it out. I'm using my TV as a front light because I hate how washed out I look in a lot of my photos. But this will color adjust me way whiter, because it is like literally just like a big white light.
Yeah, I was like, you look very blue. Like all the blue from your dress is like bouncing.
Well, it's not like I have one of these lights over here. Like, watch what I can do with this shit. So, are you still able to see my screen?
I can no longer see you.
Okay. Ba-da-ba, it's pink now.
What?
Look, it's red now.
The red does.
Although the camera really does.
I see.
No.
You don't see it?
Oh, that light on your dresser back there in the distance. Ah, I see.
I mean, I can do the roof light too if you want.
I was like looking at the screen. I was like, do you have like a filter on your camera or something? I don't know what I was looking for.
I'll turn the whole room red to show you what I can do with this. And if I turn off this, the red light in the room will take over. So like I do have a more controlled lighting thing. Actually, that's not a bad middle ground right there. Is the red tones? Oh wow, that's actually much more what my
Yeah.
skin looks like. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep that because it
The
doesn't
red
wash me out.
tone, yeah, it makes your skin look a lot more alive.
Realistic.
Alive.
Mm-hmm.
I actually look way more even than this IRL. But like I said, the camera washes you
Because you're
out.
also wearing.
It's a lighting thing.
Yeah, and you're wearing a lot of light. You're wearing like white and like a light blue, so you definitely want like
Even
a
if
red.
I wear dark stuff, it would look similar. It's a lot of it. I've learned this from working in film. Not that I'm in that department, but like having the front white light here defines the high notes, where like the red light allows the other parts of my skin to get picked up a bit more. So like when they're doing movie light, there's like incredibly complicated measurements on what spectrum you want that light at to get a specific effect.
Beef.
But yeah, I finally cracked the fucking code on my lighting for my camera, so that's good.
There you go. You're gonna take like 1,000 selfies, like.
I'm no, I mean maybe not, but I'm trying to figure out the whole studio thing for recording because like I at least want to have my shit be high quality, and if I can like help other people figure out a lighting setup that like looks this good for them, like fuck yeah, why not, right? You know how much those lights cost? It was like $30 for like 3 of them, and they're LED, so they cost less than a traditional light does, and you can set them to the exact you can do it like a warm yellow light, like an incandescent, or you can move it all the way to a bleach white light, like the color of my screen right now. Hang on, I gotta look at a text.
Oh, very important text. It's
from my partner.
Is the
I don't know if I told you about my other partner. No, that's why I'm working at Lush right now.
Okay, so
did I tell you about my other partner?
You mentioned another partner.
Yeah. So there's the partner that I live with. Wow, unstable internet connection. I can't see either of you.
Yeah.
I don't have my camera on.
Here we go. So yeah, there's
Rue doesn't have camera.
There's the partner that I live with, and then there's the partner that I started dating on my birthday. I don't know if I told you that.
Yeah, like your trans mask partner.
Yeah, he came out as
so quiet.
not too long ago.
Fucking whispering, and your goddamn mic is picking me up.
It might be a setting on the mic too, then that can be fucked with, right?
It's a headset. It's a headset. No,
Maybe
I'm just
need to get Rue like a Blue Yeti or something. We pool in and get them a microphone that we can.
I need a headset
really adjust
the headset. The headset
that
is
I need headphones for my computer.
Yeah, I can't use the computer.
So wait.
We need another set of
You're using.
headphones.
I thought you said you were just using your headphone microphone.
I'm using my headset on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the whole reason I'm on my phone. I don't want to be on my phone, and that's why I can't have my camera on. Is because I'm on my phone. Is because I don't have headsets. I don't have just a pair of headphones for my computer.
Are you using like earbuds?
We might have another.
No, I'm using a Sony headset that has a mic built into it.
That won't work for your computer?
I don't have Bluetooth in my computer.
Yeah, it's no Bluetooth.
Oh, it's a Bluetooth only, and it doesn't have an audio input. Okay.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's my favorite thing about these fuckers. Let me show you.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have to mute myself while I'm not talking so you don't pick.
It's just really
You know what
weird.
you could also do that's a little easier? Push to talk. Discord does support push to talk. I think they might. We can look it up later, but yeah, push to talk might be an option if there is a feature for it on mobile.
Well, it wouldn't be a Witches Betwixt podcast if, we didn't have tech issues.
We didn't have to sort out some tech issues, yeah.
It's fine.
Well,
we're professionals.
We're here to talk about magic, not to act like we know how to set up the technical shit real good, bud.
For real. I mean, with like the basic technical shit that I do, my friend Jim, he's always like, "You're so techie." I'm like, "I'm really not, though." Like, there are people that are leaps and bounds, like, ahead of me. I know enough. I know enough to do what I do.
I had a realization earlier today that I'm fed up enough with.
There's push to talk.
There is push to talk?
Yay!
Push to talk on mobile.
Cool.
What do you push to talk?
Fucking knew it.
There's a button on my screen.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's useful.
So in another topic, I had a realization earlier today. I need to start making game review videos. I have too
I'd
many
watch them.
fucking opinions about video games.
Yeah.
Way too many opinions about video games that other people aren't talking about that I just need to.
You could post them on the Witches Betwixt channel. We already have like 200 plus viewers
I would
there.
need to make a whole other YouTube channel for it. You could do mirrored uploads or something, but I do want to make a game review channel where I just straight up fucking capture footage from me playing games and then review them. Because I feel like that's kind of what I wanted to do when I was streaming, and I ended up hating the grind of the stream, you know what I mean?
Also,
whereas like
when you're
reviewing, it's like being
streaming,
an art house snob but for video games, right? I can tell you all the little fucking nuances about why a game hits well and why it doesn't, and game coding theory, because I've been playing it since like fucking 1993.
Barry says, Sophia, do it now.
No, I can't do it now because I don't have a fucking computer and I don't have the downtime to learn video editing skills at the moment. It'll take a minute.
Video
It's a future
editing
project.
is not, I don't want to say it's not hard because there are different levels of it, but like just basic, like cut a clip, you know, this and that, put a title thing in, like it's not terribly difficult. And there's a lot of programs, like simple programs that I could share with you that I've used. But
let me be clear. When I say learn video editing, I don't mean like go study at college. I mean like take a fucking week-long course just to familiarize myself with the software, because I haven't done it since like fucking 2005 in high school, right?
Yeah, any program that I use is all just me fucking around with it, self-taught, and I'll just look up how the fuck do you do X with this program, and then I just kind of fumble my way through
Costs less than tuition, don't it?
Yeah, it does. I wish I could have done that like for my whole fucking degree. But anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, I do want to do game reviews. I don't want to just do like talking head style like Legendary Drops does. Don't get me wrong, Legendary Drops has been really fucking based on calling out the state of modern gaming and why these companies are turning into just absolute fucking capitalist goons.
It is pretty not fun.
Yeah. I can be the art house snob in the thing, kind of like, I don't want to put myself on the same square as him because I'll just be starting out and he's been doing it for like a fucking decade, but I want to do shit closer to like what Jacob Geller does. Like asking sometimes like Phil, I'll link him actually. Let me he does fantastic work. Not all of his stuff is entirely about video games. He's one of my favorite content creators though, and he's one of those few people who, when he drops something, I will usually put down what I am doing to go watch the video. Let's see, where can I drop this where everybody can see? It should be under the general section, live show notes, because we haven't used this nearly as often as we should. Boop. There you go.
Oh yeah,
Jacob
we
Geller.
do have a live show notes channel, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Because we had voice text.
Absolutely fucking based.
Yeah, so we should use that more than the voice text channel. Whoops.
Let's see here. Like, he does really good stuff like Can We Bear to Throw Anything Away? Art in the Pre-Apocalypse. Staring into the sun and other ways of capturing light. Games that don't fake the space.
Oh yeah, I know this guy.
Games that aren't games. He's fucking phenomenal. So yeah, it's I want to do shit kind of like that. That's a little bit more like art house. Like I will do game reviews. I will do complaints. Where like I talk about one thing that's been driving me crazy that not enough people talk about is the fucking absolute dog shit AI in fucking driving video games and the absolute bunk fucking driving mechanics in most games. Like cars in video games either veer somewhere between being on
the physics is not
like
correct.
Being such a fucking brick that you can't even steer it to being so overtuned that you can't even make it go straight. I've driven since I was 16. I've driven a lot of different vehicles, both like commercial grade fucking what people would call a steamroller, which is actually a roller compactor.
Oh, is it fun to drive a steamroller?
It's No,
No.
they're
Damn.
they're kind of tippy because if you think
Ugh.
about it, they have a front drum to support themselves.
Right.
So if you get onto something that has like a sideways grade, you can tilt over. Like on the surface, it sounds really fun until you realize how much of it is a battle of keeping your center of gravity upright, and like how easy it is to compact the edge of a bank improperly and then roll down into traffic and die. So they're dangerous, and you should be careful if you have to operate one because they're not. And they're also the most simple piece of equipment you can learn to operate on a fucking job site. So like on the scale of like how dangerous it is to operate versus a car, and they both have similar risk, I'd say. Cars go a lot faster and can get you killed in high grade impacts, but there's a lot of hidden risks with doing roller compactor stuff, especially if you're up on like a berm or an elevated edge, where you might tumble to your fucking death in a way that a car might not, because a car is not going to undermine the ground that it sits on. So they require a very different knowledge base to operate, right? That said, I know how cars handle, and the video game shit's bullshit. They are a lot more grippy, and much more fucking precise than games will give them credit for, yet infinitely less controllable at high speeds, and the center of gravity is never like compensated for correctly, right? Like any game where you are doing a maneuver at 100 kilometers an hour or 60 kilometers an hour or any speed in excess of that, and you're doing like a sharp deviation left or right, and you don't immediately flip and turn a million times, it's just bullshit, right?
But that's the fun of it. Is that it's not real.
But I kind of want it to be more real, right? Like, I'm not saying that we should have it fucking flip a million times, right? But why does the car have to steer either like a brick or like something that can't find which way is down the fucking road? You know what I mean? It's either like this, or
Are
it's
you
like
talking
this.
about racing games? Are you talking about racing games or just driving?
Like Cyberpunk 2077, which has see. Here's also the problem: a lot of games will feature vehicles that are needed to cover vast amounts of distance as a gameplay mechanic but the vehicles are shit to drive, right?
Yeah.
And then they put it in a populated city, like in Cyberpunk. And then there's this classic AI issue that's been going since like the beginning of Grand Theft Auto, if you've played it, where you drive down a road and say you're in a gunfight and someone's trying to kill you, there'll be pedestrians walking on the sidewalk. And for whatever fucking reason, hey, cars are coming down the road. They're shooting at each other. I need to flee the scene. Where am I going to go? Not away from it. I'm going to try and cross the fucking street. Are you kidding me? And then you hit a fucking pedestrian, and then you get a wanted level, and then it fucking botches the mission because you're like, see, this is the kind of shit that I would talk about in review. I'd like sit down and write a script and talk about why vehicles in cities in video games don't work and how to fix them. And the real simple thing is the two things: adjusting the tuning and fixing the fucking AI understanding. When somebody's driving recklessly, ain't nobody trying to cross their fucking path. Everyone flees in the most immediate opposite direction. It should be simple enough to code. They don't scatter like fucking cockroaches. Everybody goes to the nearest way to get out of the line of fucking fire. Like,
though it is hilarious watching the little dumb NPCs run into cars and into like that. I guess there's like two camps. Like me, like when I play video games, I play it like I like when it's not super realistic because that's the fantasy for me. You know what I mean? Because like in real life, if shit was going down, I'd be like, oh, let's get the fuck out of here, you know? But like in a video game, I could be as reckless and as terrible as I want.
But let me give you two other examples that don't even come down to the AI then. Why the fuck don't other cars have turn lights? Like, how many times are you passing somebody and they just cut in front of you? If they had turn signals like anybody does in real life, you could actually use real life driving knowledge to avoid stuff. There's so many fucking times in games that I make a safe maneuver that you're allowed to do in real life, and like a pedestrian jumps in front of you because you're driving on the street. Like, not just like walks in front of you, fucking full body Superman dives.
It's called Philly,
or, like,
and they're looking for a lawsuit.
You're making a left-hand turn, and then somebody cuts in front of you in a lane they're not allowed to cut you off.
Yeah.
And like, look, I know shit happens IRL.
That does happen IRL.
But when you're trying to do a mission where you have to get from point A to point B in a limited amount of time, those are massive frustrations that take away from the immersion and enjoyment of the game.
Especially for timed missions, I agree. Yeah.
That's the thing. And if you can't, I would argue that games don't need to be realistic to the point where it's no longer fun. But if you can't use your real world skills and knowledge to navigate a system in a video game, it feels shitty. Right?
Yeah, I agree. Because especially, or if there's like I know what you're saying. Because like you're trying, I've been in situations like that where you're just like, you're trying to apply a real world knowledge or skill or whatever to a video game world, and the video game's just like, no, that doesn't apply here, and you're like, wait, but it applied on that section.
So then you need to learn the fucking Looney Tune rules that the game has rather than relying on your own knowledge and intuition and accumulated player skill, which actually robs you of the enjoyment of the experience. That's a whole video I would do, is how real world skills need to be incorporated into video games more. Period. End.
I guess I just don't know how you would do that with, but like I like a lot of racing games and stuff. So like Need for Speed, like I like that series, like whatever the most recent one was, or second most recent. But like the driving mechanics in that feel good.
So let me be clear about this. I don't enjoy racing games. I had to play way too many of them as a kid, and I'm just over them, like World War II games. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, World War II games. Ugh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Rolls eyes.
I've played enough Need for Speeds for my entire fucking life, and I played Underground and Hot Pursuit, which are really good ones. So
yes.
I've played games that actually have pretty good driving in them, right?
Me and Katie, oh
but
my god, we
it's
beat
not
those
those
games
that people. But those games aren't the ones that I have the complaint with, because those ones are explicitly about driving, and it's not like you're navigating.
The driving in Destiny is abysmal. Like in the vehicles in the missions, like some of the vehicles you have to drive in there, they're terrible. So
like what vehicles specifically, like the Sparrows?
Like I remember, not the Sparrows, but like sometimes you'd have to like jump into like one of like the tank things or another
the Scorpion
thing.
tank, with how much that thing fucking turns itself around accidentally. It's annoying.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? So yeah, Destiny's.
That's Bungie not having updated their fucking tank driving code since like Halo fucking 2. In fact, Halo 2 probably had better tank usage than Destiny does.
Yeah, I was like, what kind of ancient fuckery is this? But yeah. I will agree. Like in games that are not racing games, usually the driving mechanics are abysmal. So yes, I agree. I agree.
But even in racing games, it can fucking be Looney Tunes and bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Or we could just apply.
This bitch will be doing game reviews eventually.
We could apply Mario Kart logic to real logic. Start throwing banana peels at
Mario
people.
Kart drives infinitely better than a lot of those other games. I'm serious.
I do love Mario Kart.
Mario Kart actually has a way better understanding of fucking how driving feels than a lot of the other games, weirdly enough.
I would agree with that. As someone who actually drives a car.
I never play Mario Kart and say, you can't control this thing. I'm like, yep, okay, I know if I slow down here, oh, yeah, I fucked that up. Like, I fucked that up. I didn't know this system, right? Like...
What were you saying, bro?
I was just on Mario Kart, as someone who drives a car and is not good at most racing games for some reason, but I'm a race car driver in real life. Mario Kart has like the best some of the best handling.
I think I want to go play
Mario Kart. Don't fuck around. Yeah,
on
you
that
heard
note,
it here, folks.
Let's get
best driving game is Mario Kart.
All right, we're starting a Witches Betwixt Mario Kart squad. Everyone...
I don't have it on my Switch.
We'll get on that, and
I'm poor as fuck right now, making car payments, working it, like waiting for my job at Lush to actually start paying me because I got sick on the first fucking week and had to spend most of my time home.
That sucks.
And then like next week is a holiday on Monday, so I only get 4 days, and you don't get paid a statutory holiday unless you
what's
work
your
for the company
holiday?
for the past 30. Thanksgiving.
So that's your Thanksgiving, I see. Ours
Canada doesn't do Thanksgiving in the same month that America does.
Right, yeah, I know it's a different time. I just didn't know what it was, because on Monday, I actually took off Monday from work because it's a bank holiday. It's
Oh yeah.
Columbus Day / Indigenous Peoples Day, whichever. We're like, oh god, I hit my mic. We're like stuck in like a hybrid between the two names here. But it was, mostly known as Columbus Day.
It's actually not recognized. I know it says it on our calendar, but the federal government did pass. It is no longer. It is recognized as
Indigenous Peoples
Day. Yes.
Okay. Well, there you
and
go.
no longer as Columbus Day.
There we go.
But on most calendars, they're still probably going to put Columbus Day because old people are be like, "What is this Indigenous
Right.
people?"
What
And
is
so they're
this?
going to still put, yeah, exactly, just so people know.
Well, that's good then. But yeah. So
Yep.
Anyway, I took off Monday, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. You're like, oh, there's a
Do you know
Monday
what I'm
holiday. I
doing
was
for
like, oh, what's your
Thanksgiving?
holiday?
Literally fucking nothing like I have done for the past fucking decade.
Well, use it as a day to chill, do magic, read up on books or something, Honestly, I like when I have nothing to do for
just
holidays.
using it as a day to recover for going back to work, right? I don't have the time while recovering from being sick to fucking go do other shit, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I feel that. But
Or energy, rather.
We're a little bit over an hour. I think we had a good time here. I'm a little low energy today. Yesterday was a long day. Now I think I might go play racing games for a while or something. I really want to get a wheel and pedal for the PS5.
I gotta get you. Oh, if you're gonna do that, you know what you also should spend? $800 and get a fucking VR headset and play Forza.
I can't do VR.
I know.
I wish and I wish I could. I wish I could, but my depth perception bullshit with my eyes, not a good time. Me and VR don't mix, unfortunately, which is sad because my friend Rick has a whole fucking beautiful VR setup. Pains me.
Do you know what I want most out of a VR? Flight simulator.
I think he plays that actually, or something.
They don't have it on the PSVR 2, which is the one that I have.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on Aces of Thunder to actually come out, and that one's made by War Thunder, which
is that a World War II game though?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Also, War Thunder is the company that has the Discord that keeps leaking all the fucking military secrets, if you've heard about that.
Gasp. That's hilarious.
It's because people in that game like to stand their favorite vehicles and be like, no, this vehicle can do this actually, IRL. It's way better than this. And they'll argue with each other and they'll say, prove it, faggot. And the person will go and fucking steal government information and upload it to the fucking War Thunder Discord. And people will be like, oh shit, they just committed a fucking federal
series of federal crimes.
Win an online argument. Yeah, and it's happened multiple times.
I admire the dedication. I admire it.
So War Thunder is like the most unhinged gaming community on the fucking face of the planet. Nowhere else do people routinely get fucking picked up from the government for giving away their secrets.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Damn, when you were saying Discord leaking secrets, not that anything is leaking secrets in our Discord, but I did add the Gray School's like announcement channel because you can subscribe to other Discord like channels and shit. So I thought it'd be neat to add the Gray School in our I think it's the Theory and Practice channel. So when they have their October newsletter out now for the month of October for anyone who was interested in the Gray School, it's free. It's free this month for Oztober is the code to use. So if you were thinking about checking out their courses and stuff, October would be the month to do it and check it out. But we're probably gonna wrap.
Can I say one thing really quick?
Yeah.
Look at how good the color balancing with this camera is now, just by having a little bit of red in the background. That the tissue looks fucking white against my face when my face was bleached out and white before.
Yeah, you looked really corpsey before the red light.
You could call this episode "Sophia Fixes Her Camera."
Sophia fixes her camera. Sophia is it's alive.
Sophia gets cancelled. We have Sophia gets cancelled and Sophia fixes her camera.
Yes, I can't even remember. I think I remember.
I can't even remember.
What it was is I was listening to, that's how I title the episodes. I go back, I listen to them while I'm editing them, and like I just laugh and I'm like, whatever bullshit line is like the most prominent, funniest one, that's usually what I go for. And it was something, and you're just like, this is the episode where I'm canceled, and I was like, okay, Sophia's canceled.
What did I say?
I can't even remember what we were talking about, but I remember thinking that was hilarious, and I was like, clickbait. No shame.
And if somebody comes to me in the future and it says, I heard the shit you said, I'm going to have to say, well, you're going to have to be specific, because I said a lot of shit.
I say a lot of shit. But yeah, if I don't know if anyone else is listening other than the people that are usually in our Discord, but if you're not in our Discord, you should be, because it's fun there, getting more chatty every day. There is some merch on the website. I took a bunch of product shots of some other cool shit, so they'll be going up there soon. And we also have Ko-fi, so if you ever want to support us financially with donations and stuff, Ko-fi is the place to do it. There's also a PayPal link somewhere, and you can also subscribe through Buzzsprout. Like we were talking about at the beginning of the episode, there's 1,000 ways to donate money to us, which we appreciate. It's like 5, but it's like 1,000. It's fine. So yeah, with that, any concluding statements from the rest of the crew here?
Y'all go first. I'm going to think of something creative.
Rue, any concluding thoughts?
As always, smash the patriarchy. Be gay, do crimes, and seriously, this is probably one of the most funnest episodes that I've been a part of everybody chatting on the kicks. I really appreciate all you guys, and love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Woo.
I know what I want to say. Very short rant. Be nuanced in life. The older I get, specifically this fucking year, I've learned the importance of nuance. I've learned that I can actually defuse tense situations by giving a really fucking nuanced take. I've learned that two sides that are in staunch opposition to each other can often be because they're not using nuanced enough descriptions of the situations at hand. I think that as a society, we really need to start stepping away from generalizations, even though I just made one. I acknowledge that irony, and actually get into nuance like I just did by acknowledging that irony, right? Like, here's a really good example, very short. Somebody shared a video on Discord recently, and it looked like it was from one of those Sigma Hustle grind set channels, because it was literally from a channel called Hustle Culture, right? And it's like 10 tips from a mob boss. And it's like, okay, this looks like you'd expect it to be.
Right.
And then people started arguing over it. So then I got asked to come in, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to take a look at how bad this is, but I'm going to give a fucking nuanced take about it. And instead of just saying, no, this video is trash, why do you like it? I responded to every single individual point the man made in the video, right? The first point, I was like, nah, he's like talking about how to dominate and control people. That's already pretty fucking yikes, and stuff's right there, big red flag. And then next one, point 1, talk slow. And I'm like, that's fine. No point against it or wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. Point 2, do one good thing every day for somebody else with no return intended for you, period.
Can't
every
argue with
fucking
that.
day. I'm like, that's based, incredibly based, 1,000%. And the next one was like, find something important to you. It can be something good. It can be family. It can be your brotherhood, and protect it 100%. And I'm like, can't argue with that. And because I responded to every single point, and then like the next point was toxic a little bit. It was like, don't complain. Complaining gets you nowhere. And I gave a nuanced response to that. I'm like, that is a bit of an old world mentality. I have found in my workplace that when I don't complain, I get more work and I do move up faster. But the work I do takes advantage of the fact that I'm not willing to complain, and they give me the shittiest of shit work to do. And other people get easy as fuck jobs by comparison, and we get paid the same amount, if not sometimes them getting paid more because they've been around longer than me, right? So there's two sides to that coin, and I gave that a nuanced take rather than just saying it was shitty, right? And both sides were happy with me. The people were happy that I pointed out the flaws and the toxicity in it, and then the person who was sharing it was thankful that I had given it a nuanced take and actually responded to the points that they had liked within it. And they found that they actually both agreed on pretty much all the same shit, and like disagreed over like one point, which was like, don't complain. You know what I mean? And I'm like, That's how you fucking do it, right? So stop generalizing so fucking much. Give as much nuance as you're capable of, and if you're not capable of giving a nuanced take, fucking state that. That's my advice. That's my lesson I've learned this year.
That is very sound advice. I agree. I agree with all of those points. That's generally how I try to approach things.
And with that, I'll shut the fuck up.
Alrighty, so we had a pretty good chat here. We will see everyone in the next one, I guess. We'll see everybody later.
Bye, bitches!
Bye. Thanks everyone for coming to hang out today.